I've just noticed at the end of recording this, now you're probably seeing something going on here that doesn't look familiar, but I'm adding this in at the beginning of the video just as an in case, because I've just noticed something rather horrible with the recording. I'm hoping that the audio is going to be okay, but there is a chance that the audio is going to be slightly distorted today. I didn't notice until nearly the end of the episode, so I really apologise for that, but that bit aside, let's get on with the show. Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? First of all, let's just address the incredibly croaky nature of my voice. I have got a absolutely miserable cold. And so for the next couple of days, I'm going to have a rather throaty sort of croakiness going on. Yeah. So I've had an absolutely fantastic Christmas. Spent a few days with my family. It's been absolutely wonderful. Not a YouTube video in sight through the whole time, although we have been doing some pretty solid gaming all the way through. You can probably see that some of this has changed a little bit. One of the things that I was doing over the Christmas break was actually playing a bit of Factorio. I really love this game, so I've been playing a little bit of this map and sort of updating it. My whole family are currently in the throes of some pretty grim colds, so we're all croaking and coughing and spluttering. I've got a very large bottle of cough medicine right next to me, which I'm going to be swigging at regular intervals so that I can keep going with the episodes. I just want to run around very quickly and show you what I've been doing. Now, I had a little bit of iron ore up there that I tracked down through to the station here. That has been gotten rid of. You can see that I've been using Landfill, and I've filled in a big chunk here and a massive amount of roboports all the way down through there. Leveled it, squared off the ends of the pond here, or the big lake rather, and I've got some water barrels here. We got water barrels being extracted. I've got several empty barrels in there, plus I've got a whole load of full water barrels, and if I mouse over, you can see now that water barrels are currently sitting at 23,000 water barrels. I've actually set the water barrels to, if I just go onto here, 20,000. Now, they should all be at 20,000. So, water barrels are less than or equal to 20,000, then they will stop producing. Now, the reason that we're at 23,000 and not 20 is because we've still got some water barrel factories down over here with the original lake that I had, and these don't have limiters on them. So, I will eventually be getting rid of these, and then it will limit itself to 20,000. We've got a patch of ore here that I have now put a load of miners on so that it can start being extracted. The copper up there is almost out completely, and we've also got over here on this station over here, I've added in a whole load of extra. I've been doing research as well. I've not been doing the mining productivity because I don't want to be getting more ore at the moment. So I literally, as soon as it finishes, I click on that one right there, whatever it is, and click research. So at the moment, I've got two of them up to infinite research, which are, it's robots and laser turret damage. And then the other laser one is a finite number of researches that you can do on it. That one's been done as well. So lasers are fairly maxed out at the moment. And then we've got the shotgun shell damage there. So if I start researching that one. And we've got patch of copper over there. I've got some more patches of copper over here. These might look a little bit odd. It's because they were originally islands in the middle of the lake, and now they've sort of been filled in with landfill, so I've done all that. All of this is now going up to this train, and I've sort of started extracting the coal here. However, we won't be getting all of the coal yet. I'm going to have to go back and just sort of finish that off with an extra couple of mining drills later on to get those. So I've got another bit of copper there that's going up to it, and I've got an iron patch down here that is going up to that train station as well. What else did I get? Showed you the coal. So then over on the other side of the map, I've added in a couple of little bits in the middle here. I haven't really added in very much. There's a couple of little bits that I've added. I've also added in this one here, which is making nuclear reactors, because I've got a plan in the future for what I'm going to do. I've got 2 nuclear reactors at the moment, and I've actually set this one here. It's not an infinite number of them. I've set it to 8. So it will make 8 of them, and then what it will do is it puts 1,000 in here, so it will have enough to do 2 more straight away. And then in here, in the chest, it will also put the 500. So essentially, we'll have the resources for 11 nuclear reactors taken out and put into that area there. That's all to be used later. I've modified my landfill ever so. You can probably see here, I've got a load of landfill on me because I've been using it. And I've also modified my landfill production, taken off any limits so the chests are full. And I have increased this quite a lot because of the speed that it makes it. So it's just, we're absolutely flooding it with stone in order to get it to work better. Now I've got little patches all over the place that was ore in the bases, a lot in the base. A lot of that has now been removed. So we've got little bits all over the place that are slowly being done. Now if you look on the right hand side, you can see some of our numbers there. We've got 216,000 plates of copper. Now up until about 2 hours ago in game time, I had plenty of iron and plenty of iron ore. I had no copper anywhere to be seen. Now I've got more copper than I know what to do with, and the iron has disappeared. I've also got no steel either. We've got 6.7 million pieces of coal. Coal is a problem. We've got all these coal patches everywhere, and at the moment I don't have anything to use it for. Plastic, though, is dropping, and dropping quite rapidly, so I need to boost plastic production. Red circuit production, that is now gone way up. We got 14,000. We got green circuits as well at 58,000. They're doing both fantastically. Stone, we've got 400,000 stone. So I got plenty of stone for doing landfill. I'm going to need to do another one of these fairly soon because I'm rapidly running out of space for all of the coal that is pouring in. And if you look here, I've still got 2.1 million pieces of coal to extract from that area. Because remember, we're turning all of this is going to be our big area for nuclear power. And I'm still planning to do that, but I'm going to need some more storage space. So I'm going to have to change this around. I might fill this area in here and then change the train and put it up that way. And this one can then sort of go straight up here as well, so that I've got some more space here to put down some more storage units. I don't think I've done very much different. I did do a little bit over here. I've put some coal extraction going up there. That's something that you haven't seen. We go over there. I just added that little bit in and brought that down into this train. And let me just... you've got to be very careful crossing this track, because these trains do go through at a very rapid rate. And then if you run over here, I removed the train that I had coming up to this little patch. And I added in this copper because I had a serious lack of copper going on. So for this one, rather than adding in another train or another train station at the moment, I've got that little bit of coal there extracting. This coal and stone, I'm leaving it for now. We'll get to extracting that at a later date. So all I've done is I've belted that down to here. I've got active provider chests on the side here, and it's forcing it out into the system. I do need now to find another iron ore patch and start getting it extracted. I've got a nice big one down there at 6.1 million, which is probably going to be the one that we use. Either that, or I'll extend this train out over here. We'll go for some of these. I got several there at like 5 million. On the other hand, we've got up there a 6.2 million patch, as well as another 6.4 million patch of copper. Which, you know, it's loads and loads of resources there, so we're not really going to run out. I do have this issue with iron. I'm not going to worry about that today, though. Today is going to be the final regular episode of Factorio. I'm changing my schedule as of the beginning of the new year, and so what I'll be doing is I'll have my regular scheduled... Oh, there's a little tiny patch of stone there. I should remove that. I'm going to start filling this here in with landfill so that we can I can work and talk. My new upload schedule will be well, basically I'm gonna the farming simulator stuff is gonna stay. It's gonna stay exactly as it is, and then I'm gonna be doing other games as well, which you know, I do uploads in the middle of the day for other games. Those are staying. But then I've also been doing some regular scheduled uploads at 6 PM. So I've had 3 regular scheduled uploads every day. That's going to change. I'm not going to be doing the ones at 6 PM anymore. I will still be doing videos, but they won't be scheduled videos. They will be different videos. They'll just be a random selection of video. I don't know what they'll be, but yeah, it's literally going to be a randomly selected game that I'm going to play for that particular day. There's not going to be a set schedule. Just because it's going to allow me, I'm getting more and more new games that are coming out all the time, and at the moment I'm having to like put them as extra videos on top of everything I'm doing. That's not working very well. It's extremely difficult for me to get that to work properly, so instead I'm going to not have regular scheduled uploads, and then I will be able to add in new games as and when they become available. It's not going to cause any problems whatsoever. If I just bring that one in around there like that, and then down, we'll come down a couple of slots there, remove that one, and then drop in one of those, and it will feed the stone in, as well as everything else. So that little tiny patch of stone there is going to be removed, which is good. We don't want that there. So yes, I will be changing some of the games around, and I'm not going to be playing the ones that are less popular. At the moment, Stardew Valley is not particularly popular. I'm still going to be doing some Stardew Valley, but probably not quite as much as I've been doing because it's not popular. There is a big update coming out for that one soon, so I kind of wanted to stay playing it until the update has been and gone, and then we'll see. This game is not proving to be popular. The views, this is one of the lowest viewed series that I now have, so unfortunately for those of you who do really enjoy this one, I am going to have to go. There are other YouTubers that do this all the time and do some fantastic videos of it, so unfortunately you're going to have to go towards them rather than me, and it's just the way it is. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to keep running as many series as I would like to. And this is going to be one of those casualties. So let me just check over here. So I want to try and get another patch in here. So I need to move this railway now. That's going to be the next thing that we do. So we're going to take this here. I've got some railway there. And, I mean, I can have a little wiggle on it here if I want to. I think I might actually take it straight from that point down there. And I can bring it up so that it sort of wiggles in that way. And then you press shift on it while you're working. I can bring that up to about that point, and then over there like that, so that it doesn't actually interfere with that. And then I can bring this in here like this, and that is now joined in, so that's perfect. If I just run along beside it like this, it'll put everything in. We've got everything's extracted down through there, and it runs all the way down to this point. So I've got a signal there. I've got another signal over here. I'm going to be I like this idea of having lots of signals. I don't fully understand how train signals and everything work, but I'm slowly getting there. So I'm just going to make 5 of those. And if we grab one, so I can put, I've got a signal over there. Now, they're coming from that direction here, so I'm going to put one. Oops, there we go. We'll grab that one, so we want gun turrets next. I'll drop this one in here. And I'm going to drop another one down over here. Now, you shouldn't really need this many. It's just in case, you know, once I start expanding everything, I start getting things sort of backing up. You know, when you start getting loads and loads of extra bits and pieces all over the place. And so I've got loads of extra trains everywhere, and I've got trains sort of queuing up a little bit. This is kind of what I'm allowing for with this. Right, I do want to have another one of these, because I got this big patch here that's not being covered. I'm going to put one over here, because I got that area there is going to be covered anyway. So if I drop one in here, like that, I can just run some cable to it. Let's do that. There we go. Right, that one's now covered. So then I can go and I can take my removal tool, and I can do that. Extract all of that lot. There they go. I love the way that they sweep out and they take everything away. It's absolutely brilliant. I never grow tired of watching that. Right, let me just run across the track. What? Oh, I got a what do you call it? A radar. A radar is the word I'm looking for. I got a radar up here, which is what I've just removed the power for. And if you look at the pollution, this is the pollution that we've got at the moment. And you can see it goes all the way up here. It's just kind of coming. We got 15 million copper up there. 33 million copper in that patch there. It really does expand out, and the pollution is out a very, very long way. But you know, we've got plenty of resources. The further out we go, the more we get. So there's no shortage of resources anywhere to come. So we'll still be able to get all of that. We'll get everything that we possibly need. Let me just bring this one down and join that one in there, so that I've got my radar is being fed with power, so I can remove that one and that one, and then there's one in there to remove as well. So that is one solid train track all the way around. Ooh, I nearly ran into the train. You really, really don't want to do that. Right, so now we've got this one coming up here, and what I want to do is I want to take some train track, and I'm going to take it out of there, like that, and I want to go straight up. So we'll have to bring it to that point, I think, in order for this to work, unless I can go back a little bit further and make it work. I might be able to. If I take that off of there, I can't go back to there, but I could go to that one. Press shift on there. And now, I'm going to bring this up as high as I can. That's literally as far as I can go. So I'm just going to drop that there a minute. And now I've got the two tracks next to each other. And then I can bring that one up, and we can run straight up. I want to go up like that, and I want to sort of bring it up in as straight a line as I possibly can, so that it then angles across. Right, that's not in the right place there. So what I'm going to actually have to do, so if I come in a little bit closer, remove that one, and go from that point. Press shift onto there. There we go. Right, and then that will feed right onto there perfectly. So we've got no issues there at all, no problems, no hang-ups, and I've got a signal that's got to go in there. So let me just grab my signals a minute. We want to put one in about here. Like that, and then I'll come down here and I want to put another signal. I'm actually going to put the signal about there, I think. I think that's the right spot to put it. Just so that the trains, as they come out through, they're kind of in right. I think I need to move that one up a little bit. That one's got to go up just up here a little bit, so that I've got enough room for carriages. There, let's put it in there. Right. That's perfect. And now I can come through here and I can remove that one so that I don't get a train running into me. Take that bit out. That's all fine over through there. And then I can come down and I can remove all of that track down through there. I'll run up as well. And all of my robots should grab most of it. Actually, they're running down there. Some of those robots aren't mine. Some of them are actually the factory robots. Take that lot through there. I'm not going to have to worry about that one for a minute. That one's not in the way of anything. Take those. And now I'll manually remove these. Just like this. Actually, I can manually remove that one as well. I want that power line to stay there. And we've just got to remove a couple extra. There's one long one there. There's also one there that can come out. Oops, too many. And take that. So you literally just go onto there and back into there like that. And then remove that one. Right, so now we've got the train is all joined back in together. We will just sort of make sure that this train is working properly, so long as it won't go anywhere. Right, there's the train coming back. So we can very quickly check. We can run down here and see which station that one comes up to. And then just make sure that it will run back along the correct path. Now that I've removed a couple of cables and stuff and changed things around a little bit, there's going to be a whole load of robots that are going to come dashing over and they're going to get this One of the other things I've had some problems with is power supply. I've had some issues with power. Right, the train wouldn't be moving if there wasn't a track for it to go along. So that one's running just fine. We'll go on up there. And it's away. Right, so that one's fine. Now, we've had power issues. At the moment, the power is okay. But when I get like a massive influx of robots going to do a whole load of different jobs, I then start to get some serious issues. So let me just go... I want to get my storage blueprint, that one there. And I put that on there. So you can see there's two of them just. They're lit in blue. And so if I click that one down on there, it will cover those two there on the big electric poles, that one and that one, they're not going to change. Now, the base robots, they are going to rush off, and they're going to go and get the next lot of materials to plonk down on here. And that's our storage taken care of for just a little bit longer. We've got 6.9 million coal in storage. So, we've got plenty of coal. We don't have any issues with coal. I've got 24,000 barrels of water. I kept 20,000 because of my long-term plans of for the power, nuclear power. My long-term plans for nuclear power is why I kept 20,000 barrels of water, and because of that 20,000 barrels of water with the long-term storage. The iron has then been used up because it takes steel to make those barrels. So I suddenly had to make an extra 20,000 barrels of water, which has pushed everything into the system. It's pushed all of that into... It's sucked up all of the steel, which has sucked up all of the iron ore, which is why we've currently got a shortage. It should start to build back up a little bit now that we've got that one little bit has been taken care of. I should get some more empty barrels, go back into storage, and then it'll be fine. The other issue we've got is, at the moment, we've had this shortage of steel and iron, so roboports, I don't have very many. Those are going to take a little while to make. They will eventually get made, but it's going to take them a little while. I've actually got some steel on me. I've got 200 steel on me. So I'm just going to run over to the roboport manufacturer, which is this one, I think. Yes, roboport's right there. And if I drop in the steel here, that will do that. They will actually probably put that into me, because I've got 5 roboports requested for to be ordered. Yeah, I've got 3 of them there onto me. They've just picked them up and they've dropped them onto me, rather than letting the construction robots take them to where they're needed. However, if I run up here, my own robots will drop out 3 of them and put them in place. There we go, 3 of them. So my robots will do it. Now, there's another thing that I've also been working on. I have got planned out a little bit of solar power. I didn't want to expand my nuclear power any further at the moment because I want to be able to put it in the new location. I don't want to put it in the old location. So what I've done is I've come out down here. Now, you may have noticed in the storage areas, you look there, you can see we've got 66,000 pieces of wood. I'm not really doing anything to use wood at the moment, but I will try to find something to use it up. What I have been doing is I've been laying out a roboport network all the way down over here. So I've got a load of copper there that I can use, so I don't need copper at the moment. It's iron that I'm after at the moment. I've got a patch here of trees that I haven't currently done anything with. That needs to be cleared. And then I've been working down in the lake down there. I'm just going to show you that in a second. I just want to remove this wood here. I don't have any roboports on me, so I can't extend this out. But this area here didn't have a roboport down, so it wasn't able to be covered when I laid out the big extraction blueprint to remove it all. But what I can do is I can move over here to within range. As long as you're on the orange, I will then have logistics robots. They're going to go, a little flood of them will come over and they'll remove all of this. Then I can go back into there and I can get the rest of that. So let's just go and do the next one here. That's another 1,000 of those 4. And research. Here come the robots. Very slowly. Some of them are running out of power before they quite reach me. So then they go down to the really, really slow movement and keep going. But they are busy removing all of that timber from the garbage slots, the logistics trash slots that we've got there. So as soon as they've removed all of that, as soon as these robots have all come in, we'll run back over there and we'll grab the rest of that, so that I just want to get that bit removed. So once that bit is done, it's out the way, then it's clear, and I've got another big patch clear, and I can move further south. I will be removing the bugs on the map. Remember, we're playing on peaceful, so we don't need to worry about the bugs. It's just that they're in the way at the moment, and if you accidentally drive in, if you like get in a vehicle and you accidentally drive into one, bad things can happen. Right, I just let that lot grab them, and then if I run out here, my robots will all come out and start grabbing these trees, and they do so very quickly, very efficiently. Grab that lot there. Go out to there. There should be one. We'll go and get that rock in just a second. There we go. There's one there gone to get that stone, and then I can go up here. A few more will come spanning out, and they'll just grab these few trees here. That's everything. So then I can come back over here within range of all the roboports, and those robots, well, some robots will come back and they will collect the excess stone and all of the wood that we've got here as well. I'm not going to worry about that little lake there at the moment. But what I am going to do is, all of this was covered in trees. There was thousands of trees over this. And what I've done is I've expanded out and I've come all the way down over here. I've filled in a huge chunk down here. And then I've got this down through here. Now I've got one bit there. That's as far down as I've come at the moment. Once I get some more roboports, I'll be able to continue expanding this out. So, unfortunately, landfill is the only item that you can't use a blueprint for. So you've got to do it by hand. You've got to do it like this. There is no other way. So I've got 2,000 requested. By the time I use up the ones that I've got on me, I should get a few more on their way. So you can just sort of run down through it like this. I'll run all the way down to that one down there. And then you can run. See, and this is the only way to do it. The reason that I would like to do this is very specific. I've got a very specific plan for this. I've got this blueprint here from a previous playthrough. Now this is perfectly balanced solar energy and accumulators. There is enough solar energy in there and enough accumulators to cover everything. And that solar power and accumulators, it will stay within the orange part of the roboport. You can see where the roboport is, and it sort of stays within the orange zone of that roboport. Everything is perfectly laid out. This is like the ultimate optimum solar and accumulator setup with a roboport in the middle, so that the area is still covered by roboports. And I'm building a load of area here. This massive lake here, it's absolutely huge. So I'm going to cover a big area here, and then I'm just going to drop down a whole load of solar and accumulators. Now they're very resource intensive, it's very expensive in resources, so I'm going to need a load more iron into the base. There's one thing I've got to work on, so I'm just going to use up a load of landfill, which is using up a load of stone, and then I need to do a push somewhere, and I need to get some more iron. I'm thinking I will probably start extracting that patch of iron ore right there. I've got 5 patches around here. I'm not going to worry about these yet. I'll be dealing with those later, because I want my main unloading station to kind of stay roughly where it is. I'm just going to move the train out over this way, so that the incoming train will sort of go over there. And then I can get extraction from here on a double loop, which will go all the way round and into this station, as well as anything from the top. So everything will go through that station. This unloading point will be removed, and we'll use this area to further expand our copper and iron and steel production. I may actually take all of this up. I'll just blueprint that as one big lot there, and rotate it round and place it here instead, and then I can have a load of stations moving up. The only thing that's going to block that is this coal and stone. The oil, because you can't actually remove oil completely, oil always stays there. I'm not going to worry about it. I will build over that, but I don't like building over anything else. So that's my long-term plans. Now, I have said that obviously the Factorio episodes are going to be stopping. However, they're not going to be stopping forever. I will occasionally do the odd video, just now and then I'll do a video of like an update of my progress in this world, because this is a game that I particularly love to play on my own anyway. I do play this in my spare time, so when I occasionally have a bit of downtime for gaming, this is one of the games that I'd like to spend a bit of time doing. And like I did over the Christmas break, I've spent a little bit of time playing Factorio, and I've had a great time with it. I've done, well, you can see I've been extremely busy with the game over the Christmas break. I've done a huge amount to it, and I will continue to be playing it, so I'll be able to occasionally do like an update video for you so that you can sort of see my progress and see what I've been doing. We'll just come whizzing back up through there. If you do really long runs, it uses up your landfill faster than the robots can bring it to you. But we'll run down through there, and then there's something that I want to show you in a minute. Once the robots have brought back a load more landfill to me, we'll try and fill in, if I got enough to fill in this area. No, I don't. They're already running out. So this, it does take a while, and because you can't blueprint landfill, you can't sort of speed this process up, which is a little bit unfortunate. It's one thing that I don't particularly like, but if you could blueprint it, you could also, in theory, I suppose, have the robots remove it. And that's the bit that a lot of people, I think it kind of goes against the spirit of the game. But I'm just going to wait here a second. I'm going to let them completely reload my landfill, and then when I've got the 2,000 pieces of landfill back, there's something I want to show you. That's about it, I think. I think there's another roboport coming in there, actually. Let's just see. Yep, we've got a second roboport now. So I've got 2 more roboports. That's about it for the landfill as well. So if I come out here to the bottom corner of my limit, I've got 2,000 pieces of landfill here. So I want to go to that point there and start running. And this will give you an idea of just how big this lake is. It's absolutely enormous. So once I eventually get it all filled in with landfill, it's going to be awesome, because, I mean, you can see this. It's just staggering. The size of it is just phenomenal. I used 1,000 landfill, almost 1,000 landfill there. And then if you look down here, we've got the bugs. You've got big biters there, and right over there we've got a behemoth spitter, and over there is a behemoth biter as well. That is the maximum level of evolution that the bugs can go to. You really don't want those things attacking your base. If you're not playing on peaceful, very, very bad things will happen to you unless you've got some really seriously solid defenses going on before those things start attacking, because they can get through just about any defenses. You've got to have some serious defenses in order to be able to take them down. And eventually I was hoping to turn this world into like a normal world, but I would have to like set up a whole load of defenses and everything first before I could do that. So I'm really not sure, because I don't particularly find it interesting to have to do that, and like with expansion and everything, I don't particularly find it entertaining or interesting to fight my way through the bugs. It's just not the sort of, it's not the aspect of the gameplay that I enjoy. The bit that I like is building the base. I like to figure out how to go about making the ultimate base. Now we've got 0.16 has gone live. It's still in testing at the moment, so this is a 0.15 version of the game. I will eventually be updating, and it does, like, it's altered the terrain and how the terrain works, which is going to prove very interesting later on, I think, to how things are working. At the moment, I don't think it's going to make a huge amount of difference, but I believe that if you just update the game without making any other changes, it will still work. It's just that you've got to wait for bits of land that you haven't yet uncovered to see all the new stuff that's coming out, which is going to include cliffs and things like that. Right, that is almost all I've got time for today, unfortunately. And if you've enjoyed the series of Factorio, then I apologise about the we're having to remove it. However, it's literally a popularity contest with this, as you can obviously appreciate. and Factorio just hasn't been as popular as a lot of other titles. So yeah, it is a little bit unfortunate. I'm also quite disappointed with this because, like I've said, this is one of my favorite games. I love playing this game, and I have put in hours and hours and hours into this game in my own time. So it is a game that I play a lot of, and it's a game that I'm going to be playing a lot of in the future. What's going on there? I think a train may have just come into the station and they've all gone rushing off to unload it. They do that every now and then. If we have a look, yeah, we've only got 1,600 robots in reserve at the moment. Just run up through there. I'll keep working on this, and I'll keep pushing this through. They're now going to be making loads more landfill as fast as they possibly can, which is going to take a lot of robots to supply the area that supply the chest that the landfill, the stone, is being made from. So yeah, that is going to be taking up a lot of robots as well. I've run out already. Let them reload me. But yeah, if you enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And like I said, I will sort of do an update video of my progress in this game every now and then. I'm going to keep working on this save because I'm particularly enjoying this one. It's one that I've been working on for quite a while. And so I would like to be able to come back, and I'd like to be able to do some more of this particular playthrough. So I would love to be able to show you a whole load of progress later on, perhaps when I filled in a whole load of this lake and I got solar panels all over here, and I've got my planned big nuclear arrangement up here as well. I'm looking forward to sort of showing you all of that. It obviously depends on how much I get to play this game in my spare time in between doing all my other videos and other commitments and stuff. But anyway, that really is all I got time for. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.